So I just got this England stove. Stove works. Pellet stove. It's used. I got it for a good deal. $275, but one of the augers is broke. There's an upper, not broke, but it's not working. There's an upper auger and a lower auger, and I believe it has a self-light feature, and I believe that is right there because it gets warm whenever I turn it on. But I think it may also need an igniter other than the auger. When I come around here, the lower auger you can see is spinning, but the upper auger does not spin, so I am going to try to get a new motor. If I can't just get the motor, I'll get the whole thing. Watch out, buddy. From when we were, you could see it blowing dust out from when we were driving. It shook all the dust loose. I'm gonna do some work before I actually install it. It's got some I don't know what all this stuff is just yet, but I am gonna take the thermocouple out, or not thermocouple, the igniter, see what it looks like. I loosened it before I started this video. Doesn't really look bad, but it's super hot. It's very hot, so it's working. It just needs set in there better, apparently. It needs to be pushed forward more so it's flush with the edge there. And you can see, I believe that right there is what tells it when there's fire in the box and when it's hot to turn on the secondary blower. So right now I'm waiting for this to shut off. It's apparently got a stage that it runs for so long to burn everything up and then it shuts off. So that's what I'm waiting for. We're gonna look into this and maybe watch me change that. And I'm gonna take you through the installation and startup of it. There's not a lot online that I found about these, but they're very, very simple to install. So I'm just testing it on the back of the truck here. I put a couple, I don't have any pellets augering in, but I put a little handful, and I don't know if you could see the smoke, but it's starting a fire. I want to let the fire get strong enough to see if the secondary blower, this blower, will kick on. You can see the smoke rolling out. Before, I just want to see where I'm at before I start buying parts for this. Yeah, so far so good. Hopefully that secondary blower kicks on, and then all I need is that little upper auger motor, and if that's the case, I'm in good shape. I got this for a sweet deal. Boom, we got fire. So I pulled the upper auger off of this thing while I'm still doing the testing. The blower fan came on, got good fire inside, but I pulled the upper auger off because it looked like it was moving. It was trying to move every couple seconds. So I pulled it off, and here's what I found. I don't know if you can see that. It is packed full of wet wood chips. So I'm gonna clean that all out, and hopefully that is, my problem is just they put some wet chunks in there, and it bound this up because it seems to be willing to move. It seems to be willing to move on the shaft here, so it's got to be bound up in there. So I'm cleaning it out, and we'll see where we're at. So I dug that ball of crap out of there, and you can see it's moving the upper auger now. So good fix. There was nothing wrong with this other than it was packed full of probably wet wood chips, or wet wood pellets. I'm going ahead, I'm going to put some pellets in here and see if it starts augering them in. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, I hope you will be able to see this, but you could see the auger. I could see the auger. It's pushing wood pellets out now, the lower auger. So that means the upper auger is now working, and you can see the pellets moving. I turned it all the way up to 9 to speed this test up. but it is augering in pellets now. So they wanted 300 for it because the auger was broken. I gave them 250, talked them down to 250. And the only issue with this thing was the fact that it had some probably wet wood pellets packed in there. So if you have this kind of stove, it's worth it to try to check that out. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helps you. If it does, please subscribe.